statement?
Yeah, I'm real proud of these guys. You know, as I said yesterday, it's been a difficult season, not just for us, but for everyone. To persevere through all the, the trials that all of us have been through it, not only in this country, but in this world, this pandemic. But, what was tough for most high school basketball teams that got a chance to play is the schedule was always in flux. You didn't know whether the game was going to be played that week or not. You had to kind of try to keep your players in a bubble to even make sure you had a chance to play. And these guys, at least persevered through it all, and they've been great. So we're just real thankful for all this happened. To Columbus DeSales and the coaching staff, they had done a great job in getting here, and we have a lot of respect for that program. I just made a commitment to these guys and to myself. I've kind of sat on the other side of this a couple times and felt like I held the team back. I didn't let them go. And when we got down, I just made up my mind that, well, I'm going to let them go. If we get beat by 40, it's not going to be because I didn't let them go this time. And I let them go, and they brought forth an energy that, the DeSales had not ever seen. It just turned everything around, and it made it special for this group. And these guys played their hearts out, so I'm real thankful.
I assume you mean by letting them go, the defensive pressure. What held you back in previous?
I guess I'm getting older. The more you press, the more you play that fast up tempos. You as a coach, you lose control. And the other times, I can remember in 2013, 2014. I waited too long, and when we turned it up, it was just too late. So I made the decision, and they wanted to go. And then once we got it on, I wasn't going to take it off. I didn't take it off until I felt like we had worn them out.
Guys, how confident were you when you went out there and started going in that full court pressure that things were going to start turning your way?
We was very confident, I'll say. The first half, DeSales played a really good half, and I was talking to the guys at halftime. We said, second half is our half. We just got to come out with more energy to them and hustle, and that's what we did. We turned the game around.
Did Coach even have to say anything about turning it up when you walked into the locker room?
Yeah, before we went to the locker room, I was just telling the guys, it seemed like we were sleepwalking out there, not really playing no defense, letting them get straight line drives to the rim. So I was telling them, we just got to play, just let it all out, 16 more minutes.
We made that adjustment. Like they said, they had a good first half. I think we moved back into the locker room. We was all frustrated, but then Coach Drew made an adjustment, so we started putting pressure on them. I think after we raised the 2 steals, we started running it up. And I think they couldn't handle it. I think it was too soon for them to draw up a press break for us, so we just kept putting it on.
What else coming out, what they were saying, that's just what we had to do. And I was saying, when a new half starts, it's new half, new us. So we got to go by that and lead the first half in the first half, come out in the second half, play a whole different game.
Malachi scoring 37 in the state final game, regardless of, what's it feel like, and how proud are you of your performance and your team, of course.
Yeah, I'm definitely happy. I was just trying to go out there and get the win. If I would have had 7 points again, like I did yesterday, as long as you got the win, that's all that really matters. So I just did what my team needed me to do, and they needed me to score, so I'm scoring.
Malachi, when you came off, you had some tears embracing your coaches and family members. Just take me through those emotions that you were feeling.
Yeah, it was a lot of emotion. After I hit that free throw, all the hard work paid off. I kind of just let it all fall out, and it was a good feeling. So,
what do you think the legacy is of this senior group?
Legacy. That's.
I think that what's happened here is, you have a group of guys that honestly who missed out on an opportunity last year, And, you know, that's hard, you know, and to keep that same resolve to still come back and want to put in the work and not knowing, even when you come back and put in the work, that you're going to have this chance. So I think that's the legacy, just that these guys showed a resolve to see it through.
Malachi, how does this title compare to the one from your freshman year now that it's all said and done and you can reflect a little bit?
This one, you know, I actually played a lot more.
Yeah.
But freshman year, you know, it's definitely a learning lesson. And, you know, I really don't think it's no different. You know, we won, so, you know, I'm a team player, so as long as we win it, I'm happy.
And
you know, his freshman year, we tied the record. And now, you know, we've kind of put it on a new height. So 9 state championships, and you know, after the game, there were so many of the former players here who you know, helped build the program that it just makes it special to see all those guys that come back and support, and that's what makes the program strong. Is they keep coming back on this.
I know you have Sincere and Ramar, who are both going to be back here next year, and guys, I'm going to ask you about it, but when you win a state title like this and you got so many kids coming back, I guess just what does a game like this ultimately mean for the program when it comes to adding to the legacy that you guys have?
Yeah, you know, we were already talking about it. You know, we've already talked about, hey, you know, they got one more. You know, and that's the resolve. That's how we go. You know, it's not always about winning, but you know, that's always going to be the goal. You know, and if we you know, it's kind of like the old adage, you know, if you shoot for the stars, you at least end up in the sky. So we're always going to shoot for the stars, and state championships are always going to be the goal. And when I got guys like this and players like this, because, you know, I tell, you know, when the young freshmen come in, I tell them how much I need them, because I let them know I haven't pulled down any rebounds, I haven't taken a shot, I haven't made a free throw dove on the floor for a loose ball. It's not about me, it's about them. And when you get that kind of buy-in from you know, the kids, it makes it really special.
Ramar and Sincere, just number one, was this everything you guys imagined it would be when you came to St. V? And number two, I mean, what do you think this means for your careers coming into your senior year next year?
I think, man, I'm excited. It's my first year ever experiencing states and actually winning one, so I was very emotional at the end because it came a long way. My freshman year from Hoover, I mean, that was really no good competition, but I think when I got to St. V, I think it changed me because I was being pushed and I was becoming a player who I am today. So I just said, great experience, emotional.
Hey Malachi, you got to go head to head with Des most of the games. You guys guarded each other. Is that fun for you? Being
Yeah, you know, last game, you know, we're gonna talk about this when we work out in the summer. And it was just, yeah, it was fun. You know, I love to compete, and that's what we did today.
Just to oblige us Columbus people here, now you moved after your 8th grade year, is that right?
Yeah, we got.
Where did you live in Columbus?
I lived on the north side, like down the street from Lyndon McKinley. You know, that's that.
Yeah.
That was my home school. So
You were going to go to Linden and you got transferred? Or?
yeah, probably.
Okay.
I don't know.
You knew Des just from...
Yeah, from working out, we played on the same AAU team together, and yeah.
Okay.
Drew, I know it's not fair, but can you just pecking order with this young man here? I mean, I know, just give us an idea because of the expectations of him going forward now.
You know, hey, wow.
I know, just a little bit.
That's such a tough one.
Yeah.
You know, of course there's, you know, hey, LeBron is up there by himself, and, you know, I think what's important about this is, you know, all these guys, when they come, they understand, you know, to be the best version of themselves. And that's all we ever want them to be, is the best version of themselves. And, you know, I just believe that, you know, these guys, all three of them, I think at some point down the road, I don't know how soon it's going to be, but all of them will earn a paycheck playing basketball. And that's special, you know, and they got a lot of work. Now, trust me, I'm not saying that like they're a finished product, because none of the three are. There's a whole bunch of work that's got to be put in. There's got to, you know, and they have to have that tenacity to keep going and keep fighting and to never give up. And if they do that, and I think that all of them can, you know, make a few dollars. How many? We don't know. Make a few dollars playing basketball.
He's pretty special though, yes?
Oh, yeah, no, definitely very special. He knows that, and, you know, he's the first one of my guys to go to Ohio State, so that makes it even special.
Coach, what do you make of the journey he's been on? Because I remember 4 years ago, that was the youngest team you had playing for a state title, and you think it's going to come, and then you guys go up to D1 the next year, guys transfer out, last year happens with the pandemic. I mean, what do you just make of these last 4 years with Malachi and these guys?
Yeah, you know, it's been very special. As you said, that the freshman year we were really young, and you know, I think that was that made it great because we had two senior guards, John and Jay Vaughn, who led us, and then you come back the next year, Scott Walter led it, and then we get moved up to Division I, and everyone kind of says, "Oh, they're in Division I, it ain't gonna work now." And we get all the way to that championship game, and I'm not a what-if guy, but if he hadn't sprained his ankle in that third quarter, it might have been a different outcome in that one. But then last year to not have a chance, because if we had last year, this would be an experienced team, because this is really relatively an inexperienced team. So I think I'm not a fortune teller, but I think teams need to be aware. We're not going anywhere. We plan to be back here next year.
Malachi, we talked about former players and we talked about guys up here. You do realize that 37 points in the state championship game is something that not even Mr. James has accomplished in his career. Just talk to me what's going on out there. Were you just coming in the flow of the game?
Yeah, just going in the flow of the game. I felt like yesterday I was kind of just forcing things and not letting the game come to me. So I was just letting the game come to me, and it worked out for me.
Ramar, can I go back to you from before? Was this everything you kind of envisioned when you came to St. V, and what do you think it means for your senior year and the fact that you have U2 still coming back?
Just going off of sincere said, it was very emotional at the end of the game. It's what I came here for. I wanted to work with Coach Drew. Coach Drew made me better. And as a person, growing up, being at Glen Oak, this move was the right move for me that I think. And going on to next year, it's nothing going to change. Same work ethic, playing my hardest, doing what Coach Drew wanted me to do.
And for both of you two, I guess, we talked so much about legacy here today, but with Malachi leaving, I guess having played with him these last couple of years, what have you learned from him, and especially in this game with this performance he had?
I think I learned a lot. Because me and him played AAU together, so I think me and him was good. And then I learned a lot from him. You know what I'm saying? Get to the room, not settle a lot. So make your spots. So.
Playing with Malachi just, in a way, made me better. Pushed me, screamed at me a whole bunch of times. I needed it. That's just what I needed, and Malachi really pushed me to play hard, and I just love Malachi's work ethic and I just try to follow up after that.
That's part of the legacy. When guys come in, there's always someone here that's going to stretch them. There's always someone here that's going to make them better. He had, John and Jay Vaughn, and then Scott and London in front of him, and now these guys will have some young guys, come up that they can do the same for. So that's what's been making it special. Is just the kids, and they keep coming, and they all want to be part of something special. We're thankful that we've made it special.
Malachi, Coach said that he wanted to make certain he let you guys go and let you press and all that. But what was the thought process out there? Because you guys haven't been down on double digits maybe all season. So what was the mindset when you woke up and saw that?
I just slept all on the court. With 16 minutes left. I wasn't trying to lose, and I was just trying to give it my all. And I told my teammates, before we stepped on the court, it's the last 16 minutes we're ever gonna play with each other. So let's just go out, have fun, and just try to win. So.
Hey, I was telling them also at halftime, I said, hey, we took their best punch. I just believe we took their best punch. And, and as I said, once we turned up the volume, and when it started snowballing, and then you kind of sensed they couldn't figure a way out of it, and it just kept rolling. And you know, once we get it going like that, it's we're pretty forward.
Kind of started with that dunk late in the second quarter.
Drew, I know each of these teams that have won titles that you've been a part of are all different, but when you think about this group, I guess just what stands out about them in this year and all that?
Well, you know, we had some guys that, you know, Malachi, you know, he and his family made a decision to come and, you know, to move to Akron. Then you have these guys who, their families thought that was the right thing to do to come. So it makes it special, you know. We have the program is, you know, it's just a strong program, and you know, everyone wants to be a part of it. I get emails every day from kids who just want to be a part of it. That's, I think it's an honor, you know, to have, you know, kids, feel like, you know, you're doing something special that can help them. And at the end of the day, that's the goal. I mean, the winning is great, but what's more important is 10 years from now when you ask me about Malachi Branham, and I can say that he's a productive member of society. That's what will make me the most proud.
Coach, congratulations once again.